Get me that signal. We need no mind.
Hello. My name is Peter Weyland III, CEO of the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. Our company was founded with the goal of helping the human race expand across the galaxy, which is why recent slanderous rumors about Weyland-Yutani being circulated by the so-called news agencies truly pains me and hurts the thousands of people who have come to depend upon us to provide a home and a new life for them and their families. You see, that's what we do. So many people have been given a new start by Weyland-Yutani, and we continue to provide hope to many more. That is why I'm here, and coming to you live from our headquarters in San Francisco. I want to assure everyone that our company has no interests in the development of biological weapons, and are not involved in the transport of dangerous xenomorphs on the Earth or any other world. We have provided our full cooperation with the government, with vid discs, documents, and any other requests that they have made. I am personally telling all of you now that the outcome of this investigation will reveal no wrongdoing by the company, and we will be exonerated completely. Even in the event of the release of one of these so-called xenomorphs by some terrorist organization, we have found that they pose no threat to humanity. In order to allay your fears, we have developed a game to show you how simple it is to squash one of these bugs. My associate will show you how it is played. Please, enjoy the game and calm your fears. No aliens will invade our world as long as I am in charge. Here we have Legendary Encounters, an alien deck building game. First off, I wanted to show off the box, which, once you sort everything out, everything will be in nice order, which is wonderful. And I also had these extra dividers, which I think I can use with my Marvel where I didn't have enough, which is kind of cool. There's over 600 cards in this set. We'll just put this to the side. First thing, let me point out that the board is mousepad material. Whoops, made a mess. And it's beautiful. I love it. And the cards, well, for the most part, don't slide around unless they're on a table that is uneven. And it's got all of these areas. It looks a bit similar to Marvel Legendary, but not completely. Let's look at the different areas here. First you have the hive. This is kind of like where the villains deck would be. And the aliens come out in this game, just like in Marvel Legendary, one at a time during each turn, and they will move across the different areas in the complex, from the ventilation shafts to the power station to the weapons locker to the med lab to the airlock. However, in this version, they are face down. You have to actually scan them in order to see what card is there. And each spot has a different scan cost, and you pay for this with attack power. This is a scan of 2, scan of 3, scan of 3, and similar to Marvel Legendary, here is the symbol for attack right here. That's attack points. And these other cards, again, are recruitment points. So you can't use recruitment points to scan. So you have to not only attack the aliens, or scan the aliens' cards, with your attack points, but then you have to actually attack them and kill them. Unlike Marvel Legendary, when they get to the end, they don't just fall off and go to the escaped convict pile. They actually go down here into the combat zone. Jeez. And once an alien is in the combat zone, they will strike any player who's at the strike phase during each player's turn. How that works is over here is a strike deck. Okay, we've got the hive deck here. Over here is the strike deck. So if you get attacked by an alien who's in the combat zone, you pull out a strike card. And whoa, this one's a face hugger. Well, that's definitely bad. Face hugger is how you might potentially become an alien. If a face hugger is revealed, you have to set it in front of you. You can try to kill it during your turn. It costs 3 attack to kill this guy. If you don't, the next player can try to kill it on their turn. If they can't do it, well, then you are going to probably become an alien. What happens is the face hugger comes out and a chest burster comes in. As you can see, the cards are a bit graphic. The chest burster comes in and he goes into your discard pile. Once you pull him out, you've shuffled and you pull him out, you're dead. You become an alien. That's it. And you use this special alien player deck. And everybody else is pretty much doomed because the alien player deck is pretty strong and it's your job then to kill off everybody else. And if you do, well, the aliens win, which means you win. So we've got combat zone, operations here. Sometimes during the course of the hive decks, you're going to have different characters come out and they'll move into operations, and it's going to be your job to rescue them by paying their recruitment costs and buying them into your deck. Let me explain here that the object of the game is to complete 3 objectives, and there are 12 with the game. There's 3 objectives per movie: Alien 1, 2, 3, and Alien Resurrection. And you'll get these objective cards. Now this one is basically the setup for Alien 3. This is objective 1, where are the brothers? And down here is the text. Find both of the missing brothers and rescue any that are still alive. Once both are rescued and or dead, complete this objective. Okay, so once you get through that, you go to the second objective, and then the finale, the third objective, which in this case is to kill the beast, which is a pretty strong alien. Have no doubt about it. Now also, there's a location card, and you select one for each. There's 4 location cards. They also correspond with the 4 movies. So you pick the corresponding one. You can also mix it up and play it any way you want, like pick any of the 3 objectives from any of the movies, just as long as you have a 1, 2, and a 3. And you can also pick any ship. What the location does is there are some, in the hive deck, there are some hazard cards too. And the first time you pull one, this happens. The second time, this happens. The third time, this happens. Generally, it's bad. Okay. There's event cards in there too, and you look at the objective card, and it tells you what happens when you pull out one of the events. So that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be killing aliens and trying to complete objectives. Down here, we have the HQ. This is where all the characters come out of the barracks. This is pretty similar to Marvel Legendary. You can buy them using recruitment points for this cost here. And once you do, you take them, they go into your discard pile, and then they work their way into your deck. After you buy one of these cards, then you simply replace it with another card. And that's how those cards cycle in and out. Over here is the deck of Sergeant cards. And the Sergeant cards all cost 3. And each of them gives 2 recruitment points, and they have the Coordinate ability, which I'll mention later. Plus they have the little icons. This is the basically the ship or group icon that they're in, and this is the one of their traits, and this works just like it does in Marvel Legendary. Some cards will say, if you play this type of card first, then you get this bonus when you play this second card, and it'll be based on these icons up here. How the game starts is you're going to select an avatar randomly. There's 10. This is the gunner. He has a defense and a health. See, you can be killed. Once the aliens start attacking you and you get the strike cards, well, let's skip the facehugger one, like this one, deep gash. You take 2 points of damage. Well, you put that there and you hang on to that. Now instead of 11, you're down to 9. As you accumulate these strikes, well, eventually you'll be killed. And if you're killed, you're out of the game. You're dead. If other players attack you, they have to exceed this top defense number with their attack, meet it or exceed it. You know, they need a 4 or better to attack you. And then you would draw a strike card if they do. You can get rid of strike cards by using certain other cards that you can buy. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. You know, it's difficult at times. So along with your avatar card, you get a card that goes into your deck. This is the Gunner character card, and it says, draw a card. You get attack equal to the current objective number. So, yeah, comes in handy. And they all have these nice little abilities. The rest of them are the generic cards that you get. The generic attack card is called the Grunt. He has 1 attack. And the generic recruitment card is called the Specialist, and he has 1 recruitment. You start with 13 cards at the beginning of the game, and that's your deck. You shuffle it up, draw 6 cards, and then you take your turn. You can play your cards in any order that you wish. You can attack first, you can scan first, because the turn goes in 4 phases. The first thing that happens is the hive phase, where this card comes out and it's face down. You know, the second thing that happens is the action phase, where you play the cards that you want. So if you get enough to actually scan up here, you would flip this up. And what do you know? If this is in the complex, at the start of each player's turn, after the hive card has been added, move this alien 1 space to the left. Well, that is painful. So not only did it cost 4 to scan it, but now it's going to cost 4 to kill it, and each time it's going to move an extra space. It won't be long until they get to the combat zone, and then you're in trouble. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's always a lot of fun. This is Legendary Encounters. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention. Phase 3 is the strike phase, where the aliens strike you and you draw a card. And Phase 4 is the cleanup phase, where you discard your cards and draw 6 new cards. And if you have to shuffle, well, then you shuffle at that time. Very thematic, lots of co-op. It gets harder the more players, which is really how it should be. And a very enjoyable game. Here's the rule book, and that is Legendary Encounters, an alien deck building game.
Hello again, everyone. I insisted to my doctors that I had to come back and let everyone know that I was all right. The creature that attacked me luckily died and fell off of me after a few hours. And after I had some rest, I told them that the people would be concerned and that I had to let everyone know that I was okay. Now, back to the game. To begin, I'm just going to call it Legendary Alien or Alien Encounters because the full name is just too long. This is not a game for kids, just like the movies aren't for kids either. The artwork can be a bit graphic, and it can get pretty tense at times during play, so I suggest you give this game a PG-13 rating. This is a co-op game with the exception of any possible traitor or players that might become aliens themselves during the game. Either the players all win, or they all die. The co-op is enhanced by the use of the coordinate keyword that you can find on some of the cards, and all of the sergeant cards. These allow players to help the active player by playing the card with the coordinate trait. This adds a copy of that card to the active player's hand, so that you can provide them with extra attack or recruitment points at crucial moments in the game. The rules come with the setups you would use to play through each of the movies in turn. Once you work through those, you can simply mix up the objectives and character decks however you want. This is an excellent game, and it's packed with theme, more than I would expect actually. I like the way that the aliens are hidden until you scan them, and how damage is handled by the strike deck. More often than not, you'll only take minimal or no damage, but sometimes you might get hit for 5 points of damage or worse. The surprises on the cards really drew me in on the first few plays. Some aliens are more deadly than others, like the Xenomorph Runner, who moves an extra slot to the left every turn while in the complex. You'll find those entering the combat zone before you know what hit you. There are many other surprises that await you, but of course some of that will wear off after you work your way through the 4 movies. The hidden alien cards make each game a bit of a mystery, though, and should keep you coming back for more. Here's a hint. Be careful at the start of the game, because that's when you're most vulnerable to attack from the facehuggers that you can't avoid. I suspect that most players are killed right near the beginning of the game or near the end. If you end up an alien player, it will really be tough for the other players to win the game, because you get a handful of deadly cards that you will inflict on them. And these are tough for the players to overcome. The one game that we had an alien player, which was during the play of Alien III, the other players were killed within 2 turns. To be fair, though, we were behind the 8 ball from the beginning in that game. What you're really trying to do is keep the aliens out of the combat zone, because once they get there you will start taking damage. So you will find yourself concentrating on recruiting cards with attack power rather than those with more recruitment points, simply because you need some power right away. And you need to scan those aliens as well, but without enough recruitment power, though, you won't be able to get the better cards as the game progresses. This is why coordination is so important, because the game really does get harder as you add more players. This is a fun solo game too, but so you know, you can't coordinate in a solo game, and this can bump the toughness up even further, especially with a certain bad guy who can only be defeated with coordination. Since he can't be defeated, you have to hold him off as best as you can, while still completing your original objectives. The traitor version makes the game harder for the good guys and changes it up quite a bit. You may or may not have a traitor in your game, but you won't know until they are revealed by the hidden agenda cards, or unless they attack someone. It's a wild version of the game that I haven't fully explored yet. So far, your only real weapon as a bad guy is to start attacking the others once you're revealed. Before that, all you can do is avoid helping them with coordination and building up your deck with the most powerful cards that you can get. I do wish that there was some other subtle strategy that the evil player had at their disposal early in the game. The biggest problem in the game is player elimination. If you get knocked out in the first few turns, you'll be on the sidelines for the rest of the game, and that does suck. Hopefully you've got Alien playing on the TV for those eliminated to watch. There are also a bunch of blank cards included in the box. I had around 50 of them, and these have the legendary logo on both sides, and they serve no purpose. They're just a byproduct of the manufacturing process. If you can come up with something useful to do with them, well, hey, let me know. Which reminds me, it will take you some time to sort out all of the cards once you open the box. At least an hour, if not longer. Luckily, you only have to do that once. You can import characters from Marvel Legendary into this game. The instructions on how to do this is in the rulebook. You can add heroes and villains into Alien, or add Alien characters into Marvel. This is my biggest request to Upper Deck.
please release a promo pack of Marvel superhero avatars and character cards for Alien Encounters. And please make sure that at least Wolverine, Captain America, and Spider-Man are in there. I would love to tackle one of the movies with Wolverine as my avatar. That covers just about everything. This is a great game for Alien fans and Marvel Legendary fans as well. It's even more thematic than Marvel Legendary, which I think is pretty cool. Thanks for joining me for this review of Legendary Encounters, an Alien deck building game from Upper Deck Entertainment. Let me know if you found this review helpful by leaving a comment or sending me an email at Elliot_Miller@voiceofe.com. Make sure to subscribe to the Voice of E channel on YouTube, as I'll have plenty of gaming, entertainment, and comic book coverage this year. And it should be a lot of fun. Thanks again, and until next time, keep your mind...
Give me that signal. We need no pound.